Today we're going to be doing intermediate. I'm going to show you traditional grip and I'm going to show you bend. This is Clayton Skinner. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Beat.
Hi, my name is Clayton Skinner. In this episode of Beyond the Beat, or this episode of Beyond the Beat, is going to be part 2 of shuffle patterns. In the last video, I told you that all the exercises on that PDF were going to be the same beats, essentially, as part 1 of the triplet grooves, or the triplet exercises. It'll be the same with this one, too. All the exercises on this PDF, or in this video, are going to be the same as part 2 in the triplet. So, again, if you have any problems with any of these, to start off with, go back to those exercises, play through them. You should have no problem with these ones either. So all these exercises, again, are also going to have snare drum on 2 and 4, every single one of them. So I don't necessarily have to repeat that. Exercise 1 has the bass drum on 1, the A of 2, and the and of 3. So there's no bass drum on beat 3. This is kind of like a precursor to tell or showing you where you're going to be putting bass drum, essentially in this one, other than on 3 and on 1. Well, there is one on 1. Anyway, yeah. Look at the PDF, listen to the demonstration. This is an easy one. Now we're doing beats 2 and 3. So first one we're going to do is beat 2, obviously. The bass drum is on 1, the A of 2, and then 3. So the bass drum's kind of going into 3. The lucky thing about this, or the easy thing about this, or what will make it easy, is that to A3 follows the shuffle. So remember, 1, A2, A3, A4, 1, so on and so forth. To just make sure that when you're playing those 2 bass drum that you line it up perfectly with the 2 shuffled pattern, the 2 hi-hat hits, 3, make sure that they line up perfectly smooth. Exercise 1, we have the bass drum on 1, the and of 1, and then again on 3. So this will be a little bit different. You kind of be forming that triplet thing again, where you'll be playing the 1, you'll be having the bass drum by itself, and then 2. This one shouldn't be too difficult. Again, remember the bass drum is coming out of number 1, so just listen to the demonstrations of beats 2 and beats 3, and yeah. Again, remember you can go back to the same number of beats in the triplet exercises. Anyway, I'm rambling. Keep going. Beat 4, we have the bass drum on 1, 3, and then the A of 4. So this will be the combination of beats 2 and 3 put together. So just make sure that you listen to the demonstration. Make sure that you line up these triplets perfectly. If it's lined up with the 2 hi-hat hits, the 2 shuffle patterns, make sure that they're lined up good, nice and smooth. If it's not, if the bass drum is falling between the 1 and then the or the first quarter note and then the make sure that you form that nice perfect triplet. Listen to the demonstration and just count along with how I'm doing it, and then give it a try yourself. I'm going to do the same thing with beats 5 and 6 that I did in the triplet video as well, and I'm not going to describe them to you. I'm going to let you figure it out for yourself by simply just listening to the demonstration or looking at the PDF. You can also go back to, again, you can go back to those that one video, it's part 2 of the triplet grooves, and play along with that PDF, or just go back to that PDF. I don't know. Anyway, just listen to that, do that, look at that, use those as examples, because you should already know them, and then play these exercises. Try to figure out these exercises. Yeah. See if you can do it. Remember, you want to make sure that you line up the bass drums. If they're with the shuffle, make sure you line it up with it. If it's with the hi-hat. If it falls between it, you want to make sure that it lines up perfectly and you form a perfect triplet. Obviously, a metronome will benefit you greatly. So, let's see how you do. I don't really have much to conclude on. Just make sure, again, that you practice these to the point of improvisation. You can also, if you want, or if you can get your hands on some like staff paper, manuscript paper, you can actually come up with your own combinations. Obviously, there's hundreds of different ways that you could play this, simply by just leaving out one note. I mean, you can make them as busy or you can make them as open as you want. I mean, really, you can just play the bass drum on 1 and you just shuffle and hit the snare on 2 and 4. I mean, really, there's nothing saying that you have to do anything, really. But just make sure that you practice these to the point that you can actually improv with them. You can actually come up with your own patterns just on the fly. Because, again, that's what blues is about. So, yeah. Well, that's all for this episode. If you have any questions or comments, you can contact me through the email section at claytonskinner.com. You can also just leave me a message right here on YouTube. You can also click the like button if you liked it. You can go back and click the like button on my other videos too. They might be asking a little much. But anyway, see you next time.